Is it working? Okay. Hi guys! Welcome back to some more Disco Elysium over here. So, here's our character sheet that we were talking about. Visual calculus conceptualization. So, experience points. You don't have enough to... Right, we don't have enough to level up just yet. But interesting. Rhetoric. Practice the art of persuasion. Drama. Lie and detect lies. Understand creativity. Suggestion. Charm men and women. Connect to Station 41. Understand cop culture. Intimidate the public. Assert yourself. Understand others. Hold yourself together. Keep your morale up. That's health. Let the body take control. Hand-eye coordination, perception, reaction speed. Ah, savoir-faire is it's like stealth. Very well.
The door is closed.
We just talked to her. Would be weird to just immediately go and knock on her door. Weekend edition of the satirical paper Trump de la Monde. Okay. And yeah, seems like we are a cop with a massive alcohol problem, which is, I mean, can't say I haven't seen that before. And I guess we are on an investigating mission of sorts. That's where the lyrics would be. Okay. Karaoke mic. Speaker is connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
Soul is modest, its normal side, puny. My soul's cubic content is obscured by the hangover.
Utterly. And it needs to be heard. Through a PA system, by other people.
I'm down on my luck, superstar person. What should I sing?
You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious.
I get a gouge on the soul.
Right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic, small church song. Who's laughing now? No one. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed.
Right.
Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline?
Huh.
Yes, sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. See if it works.
Interesting. So we have a mission to literally sing karaoke. Okay. Who are you?
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. Everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some small talk.
Aw, we failed the empathy check. Makes sense. Took a shower, feel better now. Glad to hear it. Look at the stuff.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. This is the Great Skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola.
Great Skua.
The part of the world you are in right now. The small steel tag says as much. The Great Skua. Stegosaurus Skua.
I'm into the birds.
Your buddy is over there.
Huh.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
What do you mean,
He
my buddy?
pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
Are you
No,
the
I'm
bartender?
not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject.
What's the difference?
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in.
Where did Sylvie
She
go?
just, you know,
His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't lying, but he is hiding something.
Ooh, nice. She just
so
what?
now you're a cop. Oh, forget it.
A looks like this is the great. The small steel tag says as much. The great Skua. Stekoari.
Can I help you
Look,
with that?
your buddy. Why don't you go and talk to him?
He pretends not to hear. A looks like this is the small steel.
Look, why don't you go and talk?
He pretends.
He doesn't want to talk with us. Think if you give the bartender the expression, you'll give free drinks? Maybe. A large bubble is rising to the surface. Ah, Nosafed. Nice, that will heal us. Menu has been wiped clean, only the word Monday is written on it. Interesting. Is bolted assigning. Kitchen is reserved for personnel until 13. Inside you catch a glimpse of Union paraphernalia, strike person and some red pennants. Mess hall reserved for Union members. Doors open at 16. Right. Well, the time is going, so eventually we'll get there. This guy is having fun. Mudcake boots and roll-down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines.
A colorful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. Makes your fingers itch. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
Wake him up.
It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John. The
We
man
can pick
does
up
not
the
mind.
pill.
You probably need them more than he does.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
Magnesium helps with morale. Okay. Can steal the dock worker ID.
Your fingers find their way into the shackle, flicking open its spring-loaded gate. The metal loop holds the plastic ID and a leather-bound pocketbook. The man emits a loud snore. Is he about to wake up? Doesn't look like it, but you never know. Better be quick.
Shit. Get the
You slip
document.
the plastic ID card out of the loop and pocket it. The man continues to snore. Just for the record, you look nothing like the man on the document.
Yeah, I don't think that will help us
You find a
actually.
black paper note with a woman's profile on it. Seems like this woman lived centuries ago. The note says 5 real. It feels nice and greasy. The
Nice.
sleeping dock worker has little to say about your actions. He remains silent.
We can wake him up. Tell them you got reconstructive surgery. Yeah. Totally possible. Royal pinball machine was unplugged. Boo. Hello.
Sweetie, you shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
Okay.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone.
Kitsuragi.
You,
Huh.
as you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name.
Well, we actually don't know our name. Fine, let's invent a name for ourselves.
Raphael Ambrosius Costeau.
Oh, well, we failed it. It's so cool. It's very cool, but won't I come off like a douche if I call myself that? Raphael Ambrosius Costeau.
Yes, well,
Doesn't even process what you said.
Not
Okay.
for a moment does he believe that's your real name. He casts it aside as an intra-departmental joke or a peculiarity he doesn't understand.
Probably for the
looks like we
better.
had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
He doesn't actually want to
What
talk to
he
me.
means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
You mean him?
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It
Yep.
also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
What
At the
interviews?
57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
Yes, the police. I'm aware. I'm a policeman. Haven't
Okay,
yet.
we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Don't
Sure.
like dead
But
bodies.
did you take it down from the tree?
No.
So, the body is still in the tree, where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
How can I be so sure I'm
I
from the
was
police?
sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the Citizens Militia on your sleeve and on your back.
Fair. We could have just... Could we have just gotten out here naked without our clothes?
I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
Inspectorate General means internal affairs. What he's saying is he's not from the rat squad and isn't supposed to suspect such things.
Yes, but I'm not them. I'm from criminal investigation.
So these white rectangles
Yes.
are the ingredient.
They're not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Ravachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job.
Should I have a badge or
You
something?
mean you don't have a badge?
It was not on me when I
Losing
woke
your
up.
identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence.
I can't
I can
remember
see you
anything.
drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse.
Jesus. Okay, this guy is not
If you need
phased.
something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern.
What are we
Talk to
supposed
the
to do
manager.
again?
Then we go out back and take the body down.
Okay,
After you,
let's roll.
officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Nice.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer.
Maybe
And
I
have
am.
you found anyone to be sweet to?
I'm done with mating rituals this time around. I don't know. Maybe I have. I had once. Winked twice. But then I lost her.
You rascal. I'm too old for you, and too married besides.
Two married? God damn. How
You
can you
must
be
forgive
two
me.
married?
I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but
Sweet or
I come
sweet
here
on.
for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
How'd you like to roll with me? Oh! Oh god, that's so bad.
Whatever do you mean?
I was thinking of the lyrics of the song Wanna
Ah,
Roll With Me.
yes. Probably Roll With Me by the Fletchers. People often quote the Fletchers at me. Morel says it's my theme song.
Yeah.
Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic.
A paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries, like falling from a great height, or a grenade explosion.
Is that something that we didn't know? Man, you got to build a party. Did you fight in the
No,
war?
dear. I'm not quite that old, although I was injured in the line of duty. Nothing so
Mountaineer.
glamorous, dear. Though when I was young, I dreamt of planting the Revacholian flag on some figurative peak.
What
I
did you
was
do
a
there?
training and development manager at a rapidly expanding mail order shoe company. You'd think it would be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere, and well, once I happened to be under some faulty scaffolding. I was lucky. This was almost 20 years ago, and I was compensated exceptionally well. One can only dream of such payoffs nowadays. No problem. Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
Okay. Maybe I can wake up this guy now and try to talk with him.
The worker is in a deep slumber.
Who
No
is
idea.
this?
Looks like he works for Wild Pines, the logistics company who owns and operates the harbor.
Is he
Possibly
sleeping during
because
the
there's
day?
a strike going on in the harbor. There's not much to do aside from drinking and sleeping.
You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens. This man could probably sleep soundly in a ship's engine room. The worker is in a deep slumber.
Ah, damn. It says that we can do it again, but we have to do something else before that? Weird. Okay, big boy. It's time to chat.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
More strength, you can probably punch him up. A fair
Yes.
point.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
Realize it doesn't know. Raphael Ambrosius Costeau.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
A slip of paper, hands
This
it to the
sounds like
lieutenant.
something you can use to call this Sylvie later.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
Many. You just said to me it was free. Come on. Why don't you join Caramida's Discord server? Is he not? Yeah, you should definitely join
But you
then.
still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective,
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions.
Right
His
on.
face expresses profound doubt in your having this. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him.
Huh.
People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more sinister ones, not vice versa.
Where exactly is the
Behind this
body?
building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
How do we
That's
get there?
easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
Franco-Nigerian, huh? Any foreign social medias? I never thought of joining any. I mean, I have a Facebook page for caramida9, and obviously I have a Discord server, so yeah, join them. They're linked in on my channel.
This man means the heavy cavalry of the innocents Franco Negro, sweeping over the plains and nations of the enemies of mankind. 5th century style. Unified currency and the concept of cool came in their wake. They wore lamella and carried guns.
Ooh.
But first and foremost, Franco-Nigerian heavy cavalry was really, really wide. That hole in the fence must be enormous.
Why did Sylvie
Haven't
go
you
away?
asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this.
No, before I ask you where, now I'm asking you why she
Okay,
left.
you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
thank you.
Number is safely tucked away in the smile pocket. And
I
go
asked
well.
an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching.
Meant I, not you, sorry. Oh, you don't have... Oh, that's fine. So that gets on my nerve, I'm a feminist. I guess I like to be thorough.
Good for you.
Thorough.
Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing.
Who
I
killed
don't
you?
know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they, if he doesn't know?
Who did you mean by they?
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching. The locals, the customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
You still lose your sanity if you join Discord. Depends on what servers you're on, but yeah.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her.
Why would the dockworkers
I would
lynch this
suppose
man?
it's because they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message.
Okay. Did you
What
kill
are
him?
you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
Haven't you asked me that already? Okay,
Thank you.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged. Good for you.
Let's go.
Alright, I think
Not
that's
so
good
fast.
enough.
You owe me 130 real.
Slip away. What's
Oh,
real?
excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
No, you don't owe me street cred. You owe me money. You owe this establishment 130 real.
What do I owe this place money
Let's
for?
see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work.
Nice.
So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages.
How do I think I behave this way? My poops are as beautiful. Oh god.
Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually, more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money.
But what exactly is
What are
money?
you, a philosopher?
Since I woke up, I'm having trouble remembering the most basic concepts
Money
of
is
reality.
what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room or 8 bottles of potent blend and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really.
Interesting. Where do
Are
I
you
get it
serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't think cops can take bribes.
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
from? Why do I need it?
For survival, to pay me. Unless you want to become a hobo. Do you want to become a hobo? There's nowhere else to stay in Martinez, and it's a cold spring outside. Money doesn't make you happy, but it lets you be unhappy for a while longer. If you run out of money, you die. It's like that for all of us. Me too. That's why I need you to pay me. I'm not an asshole.
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber.
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
Officer, maybe you're better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
Isn't there somewhere else
You
I
mean
can
somewhere
stay?
else to run up a huge debt? I don't think so. The union squeezed most places out of business to fund the strike. You're better off home.
Don't remember where my home is.
Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started now.
Good luck.
Nice. Alright, well, that's definitely something. Okay, so I said something about going through the back somewhere to hit the place. You really hammered yourself. I definitely did. Fuck the police. Nice. Heap of snow. Oh, it's definitely cold, huh? Pigs go home. Nice.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
You sound
We don't
surprised.
see a lot of police around here, that's all. Of course. What can I help you with? Of course. Where to? Oh, that's right there, in the yard.
Even all the way over here, there's a drop of death in the spring air.
What do you mean?
This is Revachol, right?
Yes, sir. District of Martinez. This intersection is called Roundabout North.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
What is up in the
There's the
north?
pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really. The harbor gates. Some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. A fleet store, too. Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident, probably.
On the other
Just
side of
coast.
canal.
There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago. It's just
And
water.
west.
No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach. No problem.
She's very well composed, back straight.
What does this fuck the
Excuse
police
me?
speaks? It's street
Oh.
sign.
Well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here.
What about the other
I
side?
don't know anything about that either. As I said, I didn't write it.
Pig is a widely used term for members of the police. It's not loving.
I love how it
No need
explains
to
all of
worry.
this
We are
to
not
us.
saying you did.
Okay. Well, I didn't.
Who are you
Me?
exactly?
I am just a gardener.
She hides it well, but behind the sweat and dirt there is something else in her rigid posture.
There's more
Is
to
there?
it than
The
that.
quickness of the reply certainly does not prove you wrong.
I am working. I have a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying to get some work done. Well, as you already know, there's a corpse there, hanging from a tree. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks.
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up. You can get to work soon.
Thank you. My head is about to explode from all the salts I've had to inhale.
Salts? Ammonium salts. Perhaps useful for later.
Of course. I won't hold you back.
If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the autopsy.
Can I borrow your gloves?
Sure. Keep them. I have another pair.
Nice. Let's have the dock worker's shift card. We also got gloves, but it seems like they don't appear in the equipment. Closed for winter. Please use main entrance. Right, on to business. Let's see. Where is this corpse thingy? Great tectonic force has cracked the pavement like an eggshell. Damn. Pretty strong.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
Ah. Okay. Are we going the right way, or is it? I think it might be on the right side there. Unless it's over here.
This Post Lavatorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. Closer
Graffito.
inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front. A faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 8102, with a slogan,
Good mail
Mankind,
delivery
be
box.
vigilant.
Fuck you, mail delivery box.
The box seems happy. Eat shit, pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also.
I feel you, mail collection box.
The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You shudder. Then you swallow.
It increased our morale. How are you doing? You know, could be better, could be worse. Just trying to trug along through life, I suppose. Oh yeah, that is the place that they mention with the big break in the
An old
wall.
call box with a matrix of push
I
buttons
had
lists all the companies
a
of the East Delta Commerce Center.
Voice narrating the things I find. Yeah, that would be pretty good. Buttons list all the companies. Oh, interesting.
An
Main hall.
off-key melody starts playing after you ring the doorbell. Then a woman picks up the receiver.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games. Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were... But the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore, so I can't help you. Please don't call here again.
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead.
Boxing for young athletes. Fabron's taxi. Rest have been burned off. Ravishal Ice City. Empty
This
card.
button looks new, but someone has removed the name card. Nothing happens when you try to ring it.
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
Looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a lighter. The doorbell doesn't work anymore.
Interesting, interesting. That is closed.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficulty concentrating thanks to your relentless hangover.
Let's try to reconstruct the
The
movement.
tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago.
Crash.
It's a
Reverse
message
turn.
written in the language of burnt rubber. Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rags. This is point A, and then accelerated straight into the fence, left a hole big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry, according to the cafeteria manager. The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building, before heading south. Must have been in a hurry.
Car drove through the
You
fence.
are correct. This is a rather motor carriage-friendly city.
It's connected to the
I'm
case.
not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez. With the jam right here on the roundabout, I would keep them separate.
You could follow the track south. There seems to be a canal there. See where they went, if you find the time.
Yeah, probably. Would be worthwhile. What do we have here?
There are several footprints in the mud.
And
left
there
by
it is.
Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails all over the yard. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Boot tracks. Exact count.
Maybe more than 12. No. 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. 1. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes, number 46. 2. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot. Steel reinforced. 4. Standard work boot. Number 45 or 46?
Wait, which is
You
it?
don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them. 5. Another standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. 6. An aberration. Light as air. Even pace. Same make of boot, but number 41. Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gate is undeveloped.
Pretty good at this, ain't
You're
I?
not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it, in a strange, beautiful way. 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. 8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
How many?
8.
I was pretty off then. I counted 20.
Same guys are going back and forth.
I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
Light step, number
A
41
woman
shoe.
or a kid? Understood. Anything else?
Heavy one, 200
200?
kilograms.
Could it be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
He
Also
might be
possible.
right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Could have been an extremely obese person.
Possibly, yes.
But why?
You're thinking, why did they have to carry
Yes,
him?
they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows.
Maybe the victim wasn't conscious.
Even easier to carry on a stretcher, or between two men. Anyway, it's for future consideration. What else can you see?
One soul is smoother than the other.
Interesting. Let's name it the odd soul. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer? No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for a drummer. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right. We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
How old do you think
A
this
week, maybe?
tracks?
7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do you
What
think
do I
happened
think?
here?
A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This is easy. The lieutenant's eyes narrow. He's thinking to himself.
Either way. What else?
I think that's everything. Alright, well, in any case, the episode's been long enough already. We'll take care of the body and everything else next. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed watching. Make sure you like, subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see you next time. We're going to make It Has Stopped Working. Bye-bye.